Hello UB Scholars, this is Liz, and today I will be talking about the UC Insight questions. A little background information to get us started. There are 8 questions for you to choose from. You will have to answer 4 questions in your application. For each question, you will have a maximum of 350 words. So they have to be pretty short and concise. So you're probably asking yourself, how do I approach these questions, or which do I choose? Well, like I said, no one question is better than another to choose. So choose the question that is most relevant to you. This is important because this is your chance to introduce yourself to the schools. Think about this as if you had the chance to meet them in person. What are some important aspects of yourself that you would want them to know? So next, we're going to go over some tips that I found for how to write your PIQ, or personal insight questions. So tip number 1, pick the questions that are relevant to you. All 8 questions are something the school wants to know about you. So there is no better or worse question to respond to. If there is one that is easier for you to address than another, pick that question. It'll make the writing process much easier for yourself. Tip number 2, use first person. These personal insight questions are all about you. So I know sometimes it can be hard to talk about yourself, but that is exactly what the UC wants you to do. It's okay to use I statements in first person. So you can use statements such as, I was a part of the Leadership Academy at my school, and explain how that helped you, what you learned, how that helped you develop. When you're writing your insight questions, try to stay away from talking about other people unless you explain the impact they had on you. So remember, this is your introduction to the school. Tip number 3, use your own language. This is your chance to introduce yourself, so you don't have to worry about fancy vocabulary, just be you. Tip number 4, be professional. Even though you're letting the schools know who you are, you want to do this in a professional manner. So that's tip number 4. Tip number 5, do a few drafts and don't leave this till the night before the application is due. If you give yourself ample time, that'll allow you to go back, make edits, and make changes, and think about what you want to write over time. Tip number 6, which is my final tip, is have someone else look over it. And remember, it is better to give yourself time on these. That way you can make the edits as you go. So having someone else look over it will be really beneficial because they can tell you what they learned about you, maybe things that you should add, maybe things they think that they know about you that they think are important. So that'll be really helpful for you, and it also helped just alleviate some of the stress to writing the question if you were to leave it till the night before. So I hope these questions can ease some of your worries when working on your personal insight questions. And remember that this is your chance to show the schools who you are as a person, not just as a GPA. Remember, if you ever need any help, please reach out to us at our Trio UB email. And until next time, scholars, I hope this was helpful.